नमस्ते जी। ओम आचार्य उपनयमानो ब्रह्मचारिणं कृणुते गर्भमन्तः तं रात्रिस्तिस्र उदरे बिभर्ति तं जातं दृष्टुमभिसंयन्ति देवाः। Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji once wrote, "A brahmachari is one who has fully mastered his indriyas, senses. A brahmachari is one who goes under a guru's, acharya's escort, seeks, aspires, and strives to learn Ved Vidya." Dear respected distinguished scholars, brothers, sisters, and mothers, my topic for today is our duties as students, as described by Swami Dayananda ji. There are 16 sanskaras, which were all introduced to us by Swami Dayananda ji to ennoble the life of an individual and prevent him or her from joining an undesirable company and influence him or her to become a useful citizen. From the 16 sanskaras, the 11th sanskar is Vedarambha. Vedarambha sanskar is performed immediately after Upanayana. In this sanskar, the individual commences with the study of spiritual knowledge as contained in the Vedas and the Shastras. All the branches of knowledge, including science, becomes the individual's field of interest and study. In this way, he or she prepares to seek progress in the material world, while at the same time strengthening his or her spiritual life. During this sanskar, the child's father preaches the child and introduces him to his duties as a student. There are 22 duties of a brahmachari, but I'm not going to name them all because I only have a couple of minutes. I am only going to list and explain the most important ones. The first updesh that the father gives to his son when handing his son to the acharya is brahmacharyasi, meaning from today you are a brahmachari. It is your duty to protect your virya. It is your duty to care for yourself and stay on the right path. During the first updesh, the father warns his son by saying that if he deteriorates from his path and goals, the family and the acharya will not accept him back. Before some start thinking that this is only meant for the male population, when I say him, his, son, or any words referring to the masculine gender, by that I'm also referring to the female population. It's like when someone says friend. They can be referring to a friend that is a guy or a friend that is a girl. Going forward, the second updesh that the father preaches to his son is karma kuru. Karma kuru means to always stay busy. It means nithalla na baithna. Because most of the time, people who are lazy, people who don't have anything to do, are usually the ones who get consumed by bad habits. The third responsibility given to the child by his father is divama swapsihi. Divama swapsihi means to study during the day and to only sleep during the night. The father tells his son, "Son, when you were under my roof, you did whatever you wanted to do. But now you're going under Acharyakul to study. You have to prepare yourself for Jivan Sangram, life war. Therefore, during the daytime, put all your efforts, strength, and power on your studies, and during nighttime, sleep peacefully." The next updesh that the father mentions to his son is to stay in control of the acharya, to listen to whatever the acharya has to say, and to follow his commands, but only the good ones. Proceeding forward, the next duty that the father asks for from his son is to stay a brahmachari while he's a student. The father tells his son to obey brahmacharya because without brahmacharya, he will get distracted and won't be able to complete his studies. The sixth updesh that the father gives to his son is krodha nrite varjaya. Krodha nrite varjaya means to be anger-free. The father tells his son to stay anger-free because anger occurs when something is not done accordingly. Anger comes when one's desires are not fulfilled. But when one's desires get fulfilled, they become happy and move on to their next desire. This cycle continues till at some point their desires don't get fulfilled, and anger comes after this. If anger is not kept in control, then doubt is born. If doubt is not kept in control, then one starts becoming restless. And if restlessness is not kept in control, then their ability to think is destroyed. They can't figure out between what is right and what is wrong. This is why the father tells his son to stay anger-free. The seventh Upadesh given to the child by his father is to not have any relationship with the opposite gender. The father tells his son, "Oh son, you are here to gain Vidya. Brahmacharya is a very important factor while gaining Vidya. So do not get into any kind of business that will be an obstacle in you being a Brahmachari." In the next Upadesh, the father is explaining to his son the morning routine. The father tells his son to wake up during Brahma Muhurat, which is around 4 a.m. Then tells him to do his normal business after the morning prayer. After this, the father tells his son to not eat meat because it will make him lazy, cause many problems, and will become an obstacle in his student life. The father is very strict on telling his son the next Upadesh. The father tells his son to not touch his upastendriya unless while cleaning it. Time is running out, so I shall move on to the next foremost instruction. The next instruction that the father gives to his son is to do everything on schedule. Because kids tend to overdo things. For example, if they start eating, they won't stop. Vedarsh. The last Upadesh given to the child by his father is to be a civilized person. Before I go over my time limit, let us quickly review all the duties of a student that I have mentioned. The first duty of a student is to always stay busy. If they don't have anything to do, some of the things that they can do to keep themselves busy is memorize new shlokas, read over notes, do meditation, explore their field of interest, and study ahead. The second duty is to not sleep during the day. This is also self-explanatory. If one keeps themselves busy, they won't get sleepy. The third duty is to stay in Acharya's control and only listen to his good advice, orders. The fourth duty is to stay a brahmachari while he or she is a student. The fifth duty is to stay anger-free. This is also self-explanatory. One loses their ability to think if anger is not kept in control. If anger comes, let it come, but don't show it. The sixth duty is to not have any kind of relationship with the opposite gender. The seventh duty is to do everything on schedule. The eighth duty is to not eat meat. The ninth duty is to not touch his or her upastendriya. The 10th duty is to stay a civilized person. That is keeping oneself together, not talking too much, walking in a proper gesture, sitting properly, etc., etc. To sum it all up, in order to reach the end goal of becoming a good brahmachari and protecting the Vidya, we as students must perform all the duties. We must keep ourselves busy and not sleep during the day. We must always follow our respected teacher path and control. We must not eat meat or share a relationship with the opposite gender. And together, just by following these simple duties, we can all protect our virya and accomplish our life